Mom, this summer I want to go to Grandma's house by myself.
Oh, Emma, soon you're gonna be a big sister since we're having another baby.
Yeah. I want to try going there.
I was a bit worried about Emma being on a trip, but I didn't want to dampen her enthusiasm. So, I decided to trust my daughter and told her, let's do it. I'll call Grandma and let her know.
Okay.
Grandma refers to my mother-in-law, my husband's mother. My own family is too far away for a short trip, which seems like too big of a challenge. I called my mother-in-law. Hi. Emma wants to come visit you during the summer break. Is that all right? My mother-in-law replied, huh? I thought maybe she'd hear me well, so I repeated myself. Can we let Emma stay over during the summer break? Then my mother-in-law said, you don't have to repeat yourself, I can hear you just fine. Emma's coming over, then. All right, but you have to send her some money for food.
Money for food?
I was surprised by my mother-in-law's words and started to worry if it was really okay for Emma to go there during the summer. I'm Stella, a 35-year-old housewife. I used to work as a hairstylist, but I became a full-time homemaker after getting pregnant with my second child. When I was pregnant with Emma, I didn't have much morning sickness and had a smooth pregnancy, but this time, it's been pretty bad. I've even been advised by my doctor to rest due to the threat of preterm labor. We have a child, Emma. She's a very cheerful girl and very caring. Whenever I'm laid up with morning sickness, she even helps by folding the laundry. It's not perfect, but it's the thought that counts. And then there's another family member still inside my belly. I was in my final month of pregnancy. It could happen any time now. I secretly hoped that the birth and hospital stay could be over while Emma was at her aunt's house this summer break. It would be ideal, but I know babies have their own timing. I whispered to my belly. Emma was busy packing. Her backpack was filled with toys. Emma, if you pack just toys, there won't be room for your clothes.
Oh. You're right.
Realizing this, Emma quickly took some toys out. She's just so cute in everything she does. That reminded me of what my mother-in-law had said, at least send her some money for food. Surely, she couldn't have been serious. I've never heard of charging your grandchild to come visit. But, just in case, I told Emma, keep this money with you. Don't spend it, it's just for emergencies, and gave her an envelope with $600. Emma promised, I'll keep it safe and won't spend it, and tucked it at the bottom of her backpack. As summer break was drawing to an end, I received news that Emma was coming home. I was thrilled and welcomed her at the door. Before the doorbell even finished ringing, I opened the door and exclaimed, Emma. To my shock, Emma burst into tears upon seeing me.
Mom!
She looked terribly thin and pale. She looked pale.
Mom, I missed you! Emma, what happened? Did something happen at Grandma's?
Emma started to describe her stay at my mother-in-law's house bit by bit. I was stunned by her story, and then anger started to boil inside me. Emma was riding the train, her heart pounding with excitement. It was her first big trip. She felt a bit more grown up. Filled with a sense of duty, thinking about how she's gonna be a real big sister soon. Then she arrived at my mother-in-law's house. Mom said she would come to welcome, but there's no one here? Puzzled, Emma tried to enter her family home. She heard a baby's cry coming from inside. There's a baby, she exclaimed excitedly and rushed into the house. There, she found my sister-in-law had returned to give birth, and there was a newborn baby.
It's a baby!
Oh, you're here? Can't you even say excuse me before entering? What kind of manners were you taught? My mother-in-law scolded Emma while holding the baby. I'm sorry, Grandma. Excuse me. Please take care of me. Emma said that and approached the baby. Emma was thrilled at the thought that soon they would have such a cute baby in their own home. However, to Emma's excitement, my mother-in-law said, don't come any closer, you're a bit dirty. The baby's not strong against germs yet. And didn't allow her to see the baby. You'll find everything you need in the attic room. Stay there. Yes, Emma replied and climbed the narrow, dark stairs to the attic. The room prepared by her mother-in-law had only a thin mattress and a pillow. No lights. Scared of the dark and having never slept alone before, Emma felt very anxious. Can I really sleep here? It's scary. After dropping off her luggage, Emma returned to the living room. It seemed like she was completely invisible to my mother-in-law and sister-in-law, who ignored her and played with the baby. They were playing with the baby. When the baby started crying, they told Emma, "You, make the milk." As if Emma would know how. Panicking about what to do, my sister-in-law shoved her and spat out, "Useless kid. You must have been spoiled." Emma felt like crying but held it in. There was a baby right in front of her. I'm gonna be a big sister soon. I have to be strong, she thought with a small heart full of determination. Hey, if you can't do anything else, at least throw this diaper away. Her mother-in-law told Emma, making her dispose of the baby's used diaper.
Oh!
Emma blurted out involuntarily. Well, that's natural. Kids are honest. This upset her mother-in-law and sister-in-law, who then started picking on Emma again. Grandma, I'm hungry. Huh? Where's your food money? What's food money? You didn't bring any with you? Yes, I had told Emma, you can't use this money, giving her $600 for food money. Emma, being diligent, thought this money wasn't meant to be used and didn't give it to her grandmother. What kind of mother do you have? We can't afford to take care of you for free, not with a baby back home too. Emma didn't fully understand what her grandmother was saying but felt unwelcome. Then, drink that milk over there. Pointing to a bottle of baby formula, she said that. Emma was shocked. Am I supposed to drink the milk, she asked, to which she was scolded, how many times do I have to say it? Formula is nutritious and expensive. Be grateful you're getting it for free, scolding Emma, while telling the baby in her arms, you shouldn't become like your big sister. Reluctantly, Emma drank from the baby bottle. It was infant formula. Tasting bland and powdery. Grandma, this doesn't taste good. What a fuss. Your mother's teaching really hasn't done well, has it? If you don't like it, you don't have to drink. But we don't have anything else for you to eat. Emma had hoped for a warm welcome at her grandmother's house, making this treatment all the more painful and sad. Emma was unbearably hungry. Not knowing what to do, she tried to call home, dialing the familiar number. However, my mother-in-law hung up the phone. Are you trying to tattle to your mom? I'm taking care of you, after all. And yet, this ingratitude. If you call your mom now, she'll surely worry. It might even affect the baby in her belly. Worry too much, and the baby might even die. Hearing this, Emma thought, I can't let anything happen to mom or the baby. I just have to endure. So, she didn't contact home. My mother-in-law continued to exploit her. You wanted to come here for the summer break, didn't you? Then, you'll stay and take responsibility until the end. My mother-in-law said with a thin smile to little Emma. And she kept on using Emma. Hey, you're going to help with the bath now, fill up the hot water. This is something you need to learn for when you become a big sister. Emma found the commands difficult. Emma diligently filled the bath, struggling with the heavy water but managed to carry it. The water was so heavy she nearly dropped it, but she carried it with all her might. This is also necessary to become a big sister, she repeated like a mantra. My mother-in-law attempted to put the baby in the warm water Emma had prepared. Wait, this is too hot. Are you trying to scald the baby? If you do this, your baby might get burned too. You should check with your own hand first. Then, my mother-in-law spilled the prepared hot water.
It's hot! Grandma, it's hot!
See? You understand. You are about to do this to the baby. The baby's skin is thinner than yours. You could have caused a serious burn. Such a foolish child. Emma, soaked, ran up to the attic, crying alone. I want to go home. Mom, I want to go home. Emma seemed to cry like this every day. I had no idea about any of this. I worried she might not want to come home, thinking she was being spoiled by her grandmother. That she was undergoing such treatment was unthinkable. Emma's meals were just milk from a bottle, morning, noon, and night.
You're having a baby too, so it's good for you to check what the baby will be drinking.
Eventually, her grandmother made her change diapers too. Emma, holding her nose, did as she was told.
This practice will surely be useful for your baby.
Everything was about your baby. Emma, looking forward to the baby's arrival, was spurred on by these words, trying her best. Emma's mother-in-law and sister-in-law dumped all the work on her, while they watched TV together or played with the baby when in a good mood. From afar, Emma would watch, wishing, "I want to play too." But all she got was milk, even when hungry. Emma started losing weight rapidly. There were nights she couldn't sleep because of hunger. One night, she sneaked to the fridge, finding it full of delicious-looking food. She grabbed some and ate it frantically in a dark corner of the kitchen. Just then, the baby started crying. It was time for milk.
What should I do? Grandma is coming.
Emma thought as she hurriedly put the food she was eating back in the fridge and fled to the attic. Unaware, her sister-in-law came to prepare the milk. And the moment she opened the fridge, she exclaimed loudly, "What's this?" Emma, wrapped in her blanket, prayed not to be discovered as she hid. The fridge contained half-eaten food.
It must have been Emma.
My mother-in-law concluded, furious, storming up to the attic. The fear Emma felt at that moment was suffocating. Just thinking about it makes my chest tight.
You little thief! Sneaking food from the fridge.
She berated Emma, removing her blanket and verbally attacking the frightened, trembling girl.
Of course, you're just like that. I knew it. Because your mother stole our precious son from us. If the parent is a thief, so is the child. Don't talk badly about my mom.
Emma cried, covering her ears.
Don't be so high and mighty. Your mom essentially eloped with our son. Eloped?
Emma didn't understand what eloping meant.
Your father already had someone he was supposed to marry. A fiancé, you know. If that marriage had happened, we could have lived in a grand mansion. But no, your foolish mother seduced him into marrying her, a woman with no money or anything. She went against our wishes, quietly held a wedding, and even submitted the marriage certificate. She betrayed us. It's all your mother's fault. It seems you were already in her belly. So, our son had no choice but to marry your mother. Your mother blackmailed our son.
Emma couldn't grasp all the complex words her mother-in-law used, but she understood that her grandmother hated her mother and that she was being mistreated because her mother married her father.
Grandma, I want to go home.
What?
You're not leaving yet. Summer break isn't over. You'll work until it's done. You're going to have a baby brother, so you need to step up as a big sister.
Her grandmother said with a sinister laugh.
Then, let me call my mom. A phone call? Hearing your voice might make your mom so sad she could cry. You don't want to make her cry, do you? I'll call her for you.
Denying Emma the chance to call. Of course, her grandmother never called me. Emma's hellish summer went on. Hearing everything from Emma, I was furious at how terribly she was treated. Emma told me everything through her sobs.
Emma, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. I should have visited at least once. It must have been so hard for you. Thank you for being so brave. Mom!
After finishing her story, Emma finally noticed my belly wasn't round anymore.
Mom, where's the baby? Emma, he was born. While you were being brave, the baby was fighting to come out too. It's a boy, your little brother.
Emma's eyes sparkled with tears. I want to meet him right away, and she ran to the entrance. Now, about my mother-in-law and sister-in-law who tormented my precious Emma. How should I get back at them? They won't get off easy. I will never forgive them. 3 months passed, and my son started to hold his head up. I told my mother-in-law, I've had the baby, so I'd like to come over to introduce him, and visited her house. Sitting in front of her, I said, my daughter was greatly indebted to you over the summer. I handed over the $600 for food money I had given Emma. Yes, you should have brought this first. Sending a child without anything. Now, you had one less mouth to feed at your place. Must have been nice. We had a hard time here. My apologies. I had given it to Emma, but it seems there was never a right moment to hand it over. As an apology, please accept this, I said, handing over a gift. The grandmother, delighted, opened it to find 3 baby bottles inside.
We don't need so many baby bottles. One is enough. I wish you had chosen something else. You really have no taste. No, these bottles are for you and your daughter.
What? Then, I handed her cookies.
What's this? Cookies? Yes, they're made with 100% formula milk. What are you trying to do with all this?
I silently went to the fridge and threw away all the food.
What are you doing?
She panicked. Have you lost your mind? She tried to stop me desperately. I said,
I heard you've been feeding my daughter formula milk from a bottle. It seems you took very good care of her. I wanted to thank you. How is this a thank you? You said formula milk is very nutritious, so you gave nothing else to my daughter. I thought you and your sister could also benefit from its nutrition, so I prepared bottles for everyone. And if formula milk is enough, then no other food is needed, right? That's why I disposed of it. Are you sane? Of course, I am Emma's mother. Stop this nonsense. What do you think you've done? My daughter wasn't even likable to begin with. You ruined a perfect marriage arrangement.
No, that's not true.
It was your son who called off the engagement. He personally called the other party to decline.
Maybe we're mistaken?
What did you say? It was your son's decision. I was prepared to raise Emma alone. But he came to me, crying, not wanting to separate. My son would never do such a disgraceful thing. What if I tell my husband about how Emma was treated? He might sever ties with you. He's on a business trip but returns tomorrow. I plan to tell him everything.
She adored my husband. Furious when he chose to marry me. The woman she had in mind for him got along well with her and had agreed to live together. Marrying her meant his son wouldn't have to part ways with him. She desperately wanted to arrange this marriage. Yet, it was the first time her son rebelled against his parents. He had someone he loved, who was already carrying his child. He insisted on marrying her and left the house almost like he was running away. My mother-in-law was deeply shocked by this. She felt I had stolen her son. She believed her grandson had led her son away. Thinking this, she couldn't forgive me or Emma, who carried my blood. Hearing that only Emma would visit, she thought it a perfect opportunity to give her a hard time. Such a vile person. Venting her arbitrary hatred on a small child.
Well, I'll be leaving now. Make sure to drink plenty of formula milk from the bottles and take care,
I said as I left her house. Our home is lively with the baby's cries today. The boy's cry is strong. Seemingly louder than Emma's was.
What's wrong? Diaper? Hungry?
As I wondered, Emma handed me something. Here, Mom. It was a bottle. It was a bottle with milk warmed to the perfect temperature.
Emma! Amazing! You can do this too! Look, the baby stopped crying after drinking the milk you prepared. I did it every day.
Forced to do it every day. I felt complicated emotions but showered Emma with praise. I think it's diaper time next.
I can do it, Mom.
Take your time. I can't provide breast milk, but I'll help with everything else. Emma changed the diaper with practiced ease.
Really, it's hard to tell who's the mom here.
Emma must be the mom. Emma has grown strong. She used to be unable to sleep alone in a dark room, but now she says, "We can't wake the baby," and sleeps alone in her room.
Emma, you're amazing. You've become a big sister.
Yeah. I want to be a childcare worker in the future. I want to take care of lots of babies. Going through the tough time at her grandmother's, Emma came back stronger. And she even acquired the skills to handle a baby. Is there any other children with the same age who can understand and take care of a baby's needs as well as Emma? She will surely become a great childcare worker. I'm looking forward to it.